Transport Minister Barbara Creecy has announced that 11 private train operating companies, or TOCs, have been granted conditional access to Transnet's rail network. The announcement was made in Pretoria, marking a significant step in government's strategy to revitalise the country's rail infrastructure. The decision follows an extensive process initiated by the Department of Transport to invite third-party players onto the network. The move is aimed at increasing the volume of freight moved by rail and improving efficiency within the logistics sector. The new entrants are expected to enter into a contract with Transnet to secure port offloading capacity before operations can start in the coming year. The train operating companies will also supplement Transnet's forecasted volumes and contribute to government's target of increasing freight moved by rail to 250 million tonnes per annum by the year 2029. Meanwhile, the Transnet Rail Infrastructure Manager will open applications for parties who wish to submit ad hoc applications for additional or new route allocations in the coming week. To expand the conversation, we're joined by African Rail Industry Association CEO Mesela Nhlapo. Very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time, Mesela. What is your initial reaction to government's decision to open up its freight rail network to private operators?
Good evening. This has been a long time coming, and we have worked very well with the public sector and private sector and all stakeholders to ensure that we deliver on the work that we do today. So this is well welcome, more especially this approval of 11 operators comes against the worsening unemployment. In terms of Q2 in 2025 of stats, the national jobless rate is at 32.2%, with over 8.4 million citizens that remains actively unemployed. So this is a response to the cry of South Africans who do not work, who must be given hope, who must be given their dignity. But we're all saying this, that rail reform requires a strong Transnet, so our existence will only be successful if Transnet is successful.
Yeah, and that's important to really point out when you speak about a strong Transnet. Given the current state of infrastructure, including maintenance backlogs, widespread vandalism, what kind of investment do you think will be required to make this transition successful, considering what's at stake?
The beauty about the railway industry and the consultation that has taken place, it has prepared the industry and various companies to sit down around the table and to plan for this moment. And I think that what came out today is what the financial market has been expecting. What came out today is what is investable. However, we need to make sure that the network is ready, and we call on to government and or at least patriotic capital through the infrastructure fund, PIC, and many other institutions that will then be able to partner with the industry to make sure that we deliver on the promise, because the continent is waiting for us to respond. We have the responsibility to lead the continent, to turn the CFTA around, to make it a reality. We owe it to Africans, not only South Africans.
And what kind of preparations do you think are needed in this instance to ready and prepare the network? I mean, you speak about how government intervention will be crucial at this point in time.
So look, in terms of preparations that have gone in, and Transnet under TRIM, they have started doing a lot of maintenance work. But what is significant, and we must congratulate the minister and her department in this instance, is that we could not wait for the network to be perfect. But as the resilient South Africans that we are, we're going to share the risk with Transnet, and we take the infrastructure with its state as it is. But for us is that let's open the floodgate of investment and prioritizing patriotic capital that will prioritize the interests of this country.
Yeah.
And to further expand that is that we've been training as an industry and government through lots of internships and learnerships. This is the perfect time to bring those skills back into the system so that we run this country. We ensure that Untomzotwa, Nomisela, and Nabo Babethu that have lost jobs, that we give that man, that woman their dignity back to respond to some of the social ills, because this is a historical moment.
And, you know, with all your energy and enthusiasm, you know, and really just looking at how impactful the bigger picture could be, you've just said that the continent is waiting. What are the key success factors that will determine whether private operators can indeed improve efficiency where Transnet has struggled?
You know, I think the right wording needs to be had, and this is important to my Transnet Federal colleagues.
Yes.
They have carried this burden for a very long time. They are accepting the private operators not as competitors, but as collaborators. In railways, we believe in that competition is the law of the jungle, but in railways, collaboration is the law of civilization.
Yeah, yeah. That's a really important point there as we round up our interview. And thank you for your time, Mesela Nhlapo, who is African Rail Industry Association CEO. Thank you very much for your input.